So Arkansas has been known for years to have a highly touted running back. Everybody knows the first name come to mind, Darren McFadden.
Yeah.
Who's the next one? Felix Jones. But they've also had guys like Alex Collins, Dennis Johnson, Raleigh Williams. They've had guys that step up. This one is quietly solid. You've got the guy that's returning, Braylon Russell. He stuck his name out in the portal, then he came back. A lot bigger than he was last year. Real physical, real downhill runner. They trust him to get between the tackles. You remember back in the day with
so he's the battering ram.
Yeah, he's going to probably be your starting running back on day one.
Okay.
But don't be surprised if Silverfield kind of pulls a rabbit out of his hat and has a 2 running back system. Remember back in the day, you had the 3-headed monster under Houston Nutt, where you had Felix Jones, or you had Darren McFadden, Felix Jones, and Peyton Hillis at fullback.
Yeah.
You're not going to have that style of football, but look at something similar, because you've got Rodney Hill, who's the balanced guy. You know, he's the one. He's not flashy, but he can get you short yardage situations. So I wouldn't be surprised if you had Braylon Russell between the 20s, and then you had a guy like Rodney Hill within the 20s, in the red zone, having that red zone quarterback or running back. Wouldn't mind that at all. Rodney Hill's got the vision. Braylon has got the ability to shed tackles very, very, very easy.
Okay.
So those are probably going to be your first two. When it comes to speed and kind of changing the pace, this is where things kind of get interesting. The smaller backs, and it depends on the practice groups, but these are your top 2 running backs here that are solidified. They're going to be used for like screens, outside runs, mismatches versus linebackers. So, I keep harping on it. That Utah game in week 2 will tell us a lot about where this offense is. The depth here at this point in the spring, the depth is amazing. The depth, it's real. We actually have depth in the running back room. Multiple backs are getting meaningful reps, and there's not a huge drop-off between the starting running back and the third string running back.
Well, that's good if you can keep your talent.
There is, I mean,
high level
there is a very small drop-off between the starting running back and the third string. That is something we haven't had in a long time. And one of the spotlights for me is the running game's been consistent throughout the spring. They've been strong. They've been consistent throughout this. Even if the quarterback play struggles a little bit, they've been able to keep the offense moving down the field, which is something we haven't seen. Last year, we couldn't run the ball against anybody. They knew exactly how to beat us, and that was to shut the run game down. The physical identity is still in progress. It's still forming a little bit. Kind of like taking clay. You first take it out of the package. You've got to knead it and shape it. Then you can start molding it. It's kind of what's happening right now.